Howdy, howdy, everybody. My name is Rick. You're you. I'm looking into this little weird void, and now I'm making you do the same. So today we are playing a small little game called Backspace, Backspace, Backspace. So I'm gonna just hop into it. Oh, this is a little loud. Okay, right my little ears. Press E to continue. Gotcha. Gotcha. I read the warning. My role model made it clear what I was getting myself into. Following those humble footprints left behind by a literary giant. Writing a book is a horrible, exhausting struggle. Don't I know it, brother? Like a long bout of some painful illness. And so, I writhe terminally. Okay. Ooh. My eyes have been glued to my monitor at this exact window since 5:30. That's not entirely true. I occasionally look at my phone or at nothing in particular. An escape from an escape I set out to make, but I consume. I self-mummify. I just sit and stare. What is wrong with me? This word count is pitiful, to say nothing of the quality. Hanging on like a hopeful week-old post-it. Really? I've been whacking my head trying to squeeze out this idea. It was so clear in my mind. And this is all I've got? AI could have done this in seconds, and probably better. Right? See, it puts yours to shame. AI still got lots to go. AI still got lots to go. Right? AI gets things wrong all the time. And the more it makes, the more it struggles to stay cohesive. Yeah. Also, AI doesn't have actual feelings. Like, it can pretend it's got feelings, but it ain't got the actual oomph, the actual heart. But my friend on Discord, he said he's pumped out a novel in 29 days. A whole novel. That's 8,000 words, give or take. Well, that depends on genre, but, like, I get it. He's got a publisher and everything, too. Meanwhile, pathetic. Why am I doing this? Why am I subjecting myself to this? I could have been anything by now. I could have been an artist, in a band, a code monkey. We could have been an artist. Yes, painting entire worlds for all to see. Concepts, landscapes, telling a story with visual cues, not with words. Meaningless, slippery words. I had to choose the worst skill to work on. Right? Really? Who was I kidding? Well, as somebody who dabbles in like any kind of media that I can get my hands on, I will say like each medium has their pros and their cons. Like I mean like you can't pick up a paintbrush and just be Da Vinci, you know? Everything takes time and it sucks. But I understand the vibes that's happening right now. We're self-sabotaging and we're drowning, I get it. Sure, I could start practicing a different skill. Those who already excel at them always say that. It's not too late to start learning, they repeat religiously. They're probably right, but why does that phrase feel like such a bold-faced lie? It gives me the impression of a gleaming athlete. patting the disabled kid on the back. Or like a stick thrown for a dog to fetch over and over with a happy, drooling face. Accomplishing nothing. Am I making sense? Not nothing. Oh, I suppose dogs do bring us joy, and running isn't meaningless. Endorphins and all that. But I mean, think about it. What could I hope to achieve by starting a new hobby now? I've already put too many eggs in this basket. You can't fish for serendipity in a lake aged dry. Serendipity. It's one of those words, you know? A word you feel so self-assured you know it. It makes perfect sense in your head. But when asked to define it, you blank out. You and or make up something vague and hope they buy it. Words like viscerous, like sheepish, like, ooh, I get to be abject. I know abject. Wretched, miserable, without hope, like, stop speaking in metaphors, you idiot. You're not in a book. How do they do it? I know exactly what I want to happen. Is right there. My story. My thought. No. No. Calling it a thought is an insult to human consciousness. I might as well be a painter with 10 broken fingers. Pink and grotesque like whole fermented pigs. Ugh. This brain whirlpool is suffocating me. I need to go for a walk. Anything but this. Might as well. This is it. The walk that will bring it all out round. Is this a horror game? Hi, Mom. Oh. I'm going out. No, just around the block. But I don't have any money. Fine. Okay. I love you too. I'm leaving now. The streetlights are out again. I can't believe she wanted me to buy dairy now of all times of the day. For a second, I thought I was too important to buy grocery. Where do I get off thinking like that? Historically, children were made solely to work. Not ancient history, even. Imagine me hefting a hoe half my weight. No, my two greatest concerns are going on an errand, and that I can't write to save my life. It's hard to imagine sometimes. Our ancestors. You getting anywhere? Our ancestors? Yes. Generation after another, barely scraping by. Dying at 20. Then again, people wrote back then too, right? Surely a privileged skill at the time, but I guess they died so I could write. Then again. Again, is this a horror game? Am I getting scaled? That passerby. That man with the hat. I think he just looked at me. Did he look at me? Is something wrong with how I look? My face. I know. He probably thinks he's better than me. I bet he compared himself to me and then looked away because he saw enough to think he was better. But if he knew me, he'd think differently, wouldn't he? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's not better than me. I have so much going for me. Who does he think he is? He has no clue that I... Wait. Did he think? No. I could take him. Put me in a room with him. I wouldn't even need a weapon. I just imagine that we are on the sidewalk screaming this as loud as we possibly could. Why do I care about what he thinks? That's what I'm thinking, bro. Chill out. Not only did I care, I swelled from within. No more than a few milliseconds of eye contact. Likely unintentional, too. With someone I will almost certainly not come across a second time. And yet, for a moment, that felt like an hour-long debate, where I had to prove incontrovertibly my value as a human being. It was a brief glance to someone I don't know and never will. I argued with myself and lost. He's gone now. You're right. But I don't imagine everyone has to deal with this. Certainly not every time they're outside. Ever since AI took over production lines in most jobs, people had far less reason to go out to study or work. And being naturally inclined toward laziness, human socialization was reduced to texting for the most part. No one hangs out. This eroded social skills to a point where people forgot how to say hi. Not that I was a social butterfly before, but to think I've become such a recluse. Such that a stranger would make my adrenaline pump like a faucet. I read about it somewhere. Being looked in the eye unnerves animals of all sizes. Somewhere in our genetics, eons ago, eye contact became the universal sign of danger. It meant you were being stalked. A predation candidate, soon to be shredded alive. But somewhere along the way, we decided that eye contact is not even bad. It's required, a polite gesture showing attractiveness. Maybe it means you're careful. I suppose. Yeah, it's pretty late. They ought to fix those streetlights. I'm not going to the grocery just yet. I have to go there first. My second birthplace. I dreamt I dwelt in marble halls and came to find it true. I wasn't born from a time like this. Miss Jones? Was Smith? Were you? Oh, that's cute. I like this. Long ago, something terrible was unearthed. A being of unimaginable power fueled solely by hate. It was called many things. Monster, aberration, a great and unfathomable evil. It was let out into the world to hate and bring ruin. The more it saw, the more it hated. The more it hated, the stronger it grew. All attempts at stopping it failed, even trying to outlive it. It outaged them. Hate drove it to outpace even Father Time. and everything it came across it turned into rubble or mincemeat until it met an unhateable person. Someone so kind they were wholly impossible to loathe. The hate-fueled being could not bring itself to cause the person harm, and the person in turn found the thought of hurting it unthinkable, even if it meant saving others. It was a totally unplanned stalemate. A stalemate that allowed the hate-fueled being once to feel love. That hate-fueled being and the unhateable person loved each other, probably more than any two souls ever have. How come, one might think? Perhaps because the hate-fueled being knew how deep the hate pit can be, giving it a one-of-a-kind spectrum of emotion. Or perhaps the unhateable person was just worth it. But the hate-fueled being, by definition, could not continue to be. And soon the hate-fueled being died after having finally, truly lived. Aww. Or so my story was supposed to go, if I ever managed to write it. I would love a story like that, though. Hey, which of the two do you think I am? I think that you were both at once. How? That's a bit paradoxical, isn't it? You're silly. The truth is, I envy them both. Power, love. In the end, we all fight for one or both. And most of us pass away having ended with neither. In one sentence, I describe my story to an AI model. It filled the scene in seconds. I had to scroll for a whole minute to see the end. The result was disjointed, a bit unwieldy, like a monkey with a gun. But it was more text than I had ever written put together. It used vocabulary I'd never have thought of myself, and a structure that makes so much more sense. Maybe a discerning reader can tell the difference, but there are enough AI-made publications out there that actually sell to put off most sound-minded people off the art form. This is a sinking vessel, and everyone else is jumping ship. Long ago, I used to come here to read, or when I wanted to feel safe. Every other day or so, I told my mom that I went to school, but I hid here the whole time, making sure I was back by the time school was over, wearing my backpack and my fakest smile. Thinking back now, it was a miracle I managed to get past high school, but only when hiding did I ever feel safe being myself. That is most likely how rodents feel at all times. I do not mean to pity myself, but everyone walks like life to them weighs a feather. But to me, it crushes me. Life pins a pillow to my face so firmly, and I never run out of breath. Please, can nothing ever make it stop? The only thing worse than suffocating is not being able to die from it. What is left of me to do? My only means of self-expression fails me. Or maybe I failed it. What am I? A writer like any other? Or you? It's strange because I have also been dealing with something very similar to this when it comes to creation. Because like I had said, I dabble in a lot of multimedia vibes. Like, I draw, I make videos, I edit, I write, I do webcomics. Like, I've had my finger in every pie. And I still relate to this wholeheartedly. Because I can do all these things. It's just doing it. It's just committing to it. Because creating is maybe one of the most painful things you can do. But it's also one of the purest, one of the most honest things that you can do. And I want to say you're a writer like any other, but I also want to say you are you. I'm going to say you are you. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many fingers in a pie you have, or if you've wrote 2 words, or 2,000 words, or 20,000. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of it all, you still have to have you. What? I didn't see that coming. I was told once, remember when you struggle? Your suffering is yours, but it's not unique. Suffering is suffering. It is. We all deserve some degree of sympathy. I suppose knowing others are meddling through life like I am makes me feel a bit less incompetent. I don't suppose this is Schadenfreude. I do not owe life an excuse to continue being in it. Do I? No. No, you don't. There. I deleted it all. Oh, what? Maybe. Maybe this time will be different. Maybe this time I can read it without cringing at myself. And even if I do, I could always sit here and stare and hope that thoughts materialize on their own. Like upending a jigsaw puzzle, hoping to solve itself. We have a terrible inclination to relate very strongly to catchy, quotable lines. Short and punchy, like a gotcha aimed at the universe. We post them, wear them, and tell them to others like a boring gospel. Like moths to a lit candle, we gravitate and blind ourselves. We are not perfectly honed sluts waiting for the right advice to fit in. What worked for someone may sound catchy to the others, but it could be just another truth-shaped lie to accept. A square peg trying to fit into a round soul. Writing a book is a horrible, exhausting struggle. Like a long bout of some painful illness. But does it have to be? I think I've outgrown quotes. I'm just glad I can make something I can call my own. Writer ending! I loved it! Aww. This was good. I'm not finished though. debugging while crying the entire time. Me too, brother. There's a lot of translations. I like that. Listen. Dedicated to Cape, the greatest friend anyone could ask for, and every struggling creative soul. We believe in you. And that was Backspace, Backspace, Backspace. So this game does have two endings. I don't think I'm going to go for the second ending just because of the fact of this one very much spoke to me in a way that I can't explain fully. Because I, too, always identify as a struggling creative. And I think I liked the message of this. I had just said that creating is horrible. Well, not horrible. It's rough, it's painful, and it's hard. And it is, but it doesn't always have to be. It is about loving what you're doing and finding joy even with the smallest of things. It doesn't matter what kind of medium you choose for your project or what you are making, as long as you love it and as long as it is yours, the rest doesn't have to be that difficult. And I feel like when you're lost in the sauce, it's very easy to lose sight of that because it's hard. It's hard to sit there and think, "Ah, yes. I I I am making this for me. This is mine." When you have to write like 80,000 words and you don't even know what the 100th word is going to look like, the 10th word is going to look like. So I get it. I really, really liked this game. It was short and sweet. I liked it. It made me feel seen. And sometimes that's all we can really ask for, is to just feel seen. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are a struggling creative, just know that you are not alone. That you are not broken. You are not lost. You are simply growing into the creative that you need to become. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.